Michigan figured it out in that 4-week off period.
Hey, man.
Send the house.
Send the house, man.
Send the house.
I mean, you got to ask yourself, are you going to let this guy beat you or not? And you could not allow that guy to beat you. Simple as that. So, needless to say, JT, my weekend was great. How was yours?
Listen, man, my weekend was good, bro. Made it through without getting sick because right now, brother, they got this new something going around, and everybody I reached out to in regards to doing something, everybody was sick. So being Casper made it through, without being sick. Overall, the weekend was good, man. I went into it with my Tar Heels having a pretty big win. We ain't played too much of nobody, but as you can see, I got my clothes on now because we're playing right now. I would have on my Michigan gear, but it is blasphemy for me to wear somebody else's gear while we're playing ball.
I respect that.
After the game is over, I'm gonna join you.
I respect
I'm gonna join you.
I respect that.
The
game was on. They turned it off.
It was over.
Oh, it's gonna be a distraction to him. Gotcha. Hey, that's a real producer right there. She
Right.
know your tendencies.
Yeah.
She done seen too many of your videos cutting up.
Yeah. I was late for that reason.
That's funny.
Yeah, man, weekend was good. Again, like I said, Happy New Year to everybody, man. Looking forward to this year. Got my itinerary for God, guys. I'm flying out on Sunday. Be up there all week, so I'll be up there rocking the Michigan gear in somebody's cigar lounge while I'm looking at the game.
You fly out this Sunday coming up?
Yeah, man.
Oh, wow,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, up there all week. I thought I was going to be able to come to practice till I looked at the itinerary, and I said, oh, man, I'm not going to be able to make it to practice. But, yeah, you know what my heart, well, I can't say my heart going to be there, but you know what I'm saying. Heart going to be into this performance. We're actually having a radio interview right now. But, of course, I got my own thing to do. Classic Konversations with JT and Lowe.
How about that?
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, like I said, weekend was good, man. There was good football on. There was some good games, though. There was some really good games.
The committee got it. You talking about NFL or college?
No, college.
Yeah, me and Lee were talking about this earlier today, right? So you have to say the committee got it right.
Yeah.
When both college playoff games literally came down to the last play of the game.
Yeah.
That means they got it right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now, Georgia Bulldog fans don't accept that answer. Lee didn't. He's like, well, I don't know if they got it right.
I think Georgia could have made a good showing.
But you couldn't have put them in the game. So my point to them was,
at the same time,
committee-wise.
I just looking at the ones that played, it was right.
Yeah.
Because I didn't think that Texas belonged. And it looked like they wasn't going to belong for a long time, and then they finally, showed up and came back in the game. So it was some good football, man. That was some good football.
Some great football.
Oh, real quick, I'm glad I remember. I meant to write it down, but I didn't. FAMU's coach Willie Simmons. Am I saying his name right? Willie Simmons has resigned, and he's taking a job at Duke University as the running backs coach. So I wonder if the uproar is going to come at him the same way it did with Prime. Wonder if the people are going to get mad at him because he's capitalizing right now because they won the championship.
So when you say you wonder, you're really saying that in jest, right? Because you had to say, am I saying his name right? You don't know his name, like most of the country don't know his name. So nobody, let your face back.
Good boy.
Hey, nobody's gonna know who he is to go to, what I mean? And no disrespect to the brother, but let's, hey, okay. That's how they gonna look at it, okay. So, yeah, you already know the answer to that, man. It's just the Prime. Prime made it because of who he is, man. So my earlier thing wasn't here. Is that accurate?
Your earlier?
Because it wasn't on here. Was it? We were live, though, right, Dwayne?
Yeah. Yeah, we was
just
live.
Wasn't posted?
Yeah, it hadn't posted on my
All
page.
right.
It's there now. Mr. Owley, what up, though, bro? Got a, man.
I had to know.
Wait a minute. What happened? Why is it so small over there? What?
2 TVs up there. We'll talk about during the break. We only got 3 minutes
boy.
left. Did you want to introduce something before we go to break? If not, I can talk about Michigan again.
Shoot, I need my reading glasses. You got another one, Mr.
I didn't do it again.
You got another one. Got another one, Mr. Outley. That's actually he's saying go blue. We can't see it over there, but he's saying go blue. He's a big Michigan fan.
Go blue, man. Hail to the victors, valiant. Hail to the conquering heroes. Hail. Hey, listen. So I gotta do it real quick. I'm not gonna be able to do all of it again because it always comes so natural, man. You know, I don't ad lib. I mean, I ad lib everything. So, but we dominate. We beat Alabama. I had a whole lot of haters, a whole lot of this and that. Get at me now. All y'all have been texting, calling prior to the game. Holla at your boy. Some of y'all have went radio silent, but I know who you are. So if I gotta come see ya, I will. I'm gonna make y'all sick. And listen, we ain't won it all yet, right? I believe we have a very good chance of beating Washington next week. However, it's going to be a great football game. But right now, I'm going to enjoy the moment, as a fan should. We knocked off Alabama. Everybody said, oh, did y'all see Michigan faces when they announced them number 4? Oh, y'all don't want to see. This was not your granddaddy Wolverines. I tried to tell you, Brian Harper and everybody else, it's not granddaddy Wolverines, man. It's a different team. We beat you at the line of scrimmage where y'all didn't think you could be beat at. We got seniors on the line of scrimmage, man. These are grown men, man. Ain't nobody scared of Alabama.
Go ahead.
I've been trying to tell these jokers, man.
Let them get it.
I've been trying to tell these jokers. Hey, listen, y'all don't know how much BS I've been talking this whole month. Nobody's scared of Alabama, man. Oh, they want this. Oh, man, listen. I respect the Georgia Bulldogs. However, I try to tell y'all as well, this is not that same team. We were going to give anybody that stood up, that lined up in that game, a dog fight, bro. It was going to happen. This is not this. Did you see how Blake Corum ran through these folks, man? I'm telling you, that dude there's a dog at running back.
Yeah,
he's a dog at running back, man. This is a different team, man.
He looks like a Ravens running back.
It's just, I hope not.
He looked like one of
they don't need to get no better.
My bad. I just realized what's.
Yeah. But I'm proud of Wolverines, man. Jim Harbaugh, you know, he was on that list of being, you know, he was really bad. But what Jim Harbaugh did, I got you, Phoenix. What Jim Harbaugh did was he got out of his own way. The best thing that happened to Michigan this year was the 6-game suspension. Why? Because it allowed him to trust the other coaches to do their job. The offensive coordinator was allowed to call plays and get into the offensive head. The defensive coordinator, he allowed them to do their jobs because we lost last year because Jim Harbaugh be thinking it over. Hey, man,
Yeah,
he allowed.
He does. He wants to be too much of the conversation.
Too much, man.
And
he allowed his coaches to do their job, and that was the difference. Him getting suspended helped Michigan.
Overcoaching is what he does.
Overcoaching.
Which is why he usually don't last as an NFL coach. But as you know, he's already hired an agent, so I think that's going to happen this
Probably
year.
going to the Chargers.
Yeah.
I'm calling it
so.
right now. He's going to the Chargers with one of the biggest contracts in NFL football. And it's cool because I hope we have enough sense to hire Sharon Moore as our head coach.
If he's not, shame on it.
Shame.
Seriously.
I would really be disappointed.
This man cried. That man cried. They better hire that man.
I'd be really disappointed they didn't. And you have a chance to really make a statement.
Yeah.
Because although Ohio State has a black AD and president of the school, people don't know that. Ohio State got a black athletic director and a president of the school, but they don't have a black coach. Imagine a black coach being the head coach of the University of Michigan. I bet Bo Schembechler look like,
You silly. All right, gotta take a break.
To the victors.
I see you, bro. See, he held to Detroit, stand up. He's saying it all. 9 mile, everything. Yep. So we're gonna take a break. We'll be right back to get into some other topics. Classic Conversations with JT and Lo.
Ask a Cop, be back.
And we back. Classic Conversations with JT and Lo.
And I'm assuming Ask a Cop is on the way.
Either way, man, we're gonna get this. You know what? We didn't get us an ashtray.
There's no one over there.
But yeah, we're gonna keep this thing going. But we got some special guests in the house. Bought us some gifts tonight.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna call him a sponsor for the night, man. Especially if it's on point,
Yes,
man.
sir.
New sponsors in the building, right?
Got some straight bourbon whiskey
called
Thoughts, the spirit of creativity. And you get that up there?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. You get that? Yeah, okay.
So we're gonna try it right now, man. Because what's the name, brother? Yeah, Hamilton. Oh snap! Hey, your parents gave you a good educated name, boy. You better say thank you, though, man. You know what I mean? You know, a good resume name, huh? My name is Hamilton. That can go either way.
Right, you supposed to be going to Notre Dame or something.
We're gonna try this straight bourbon that
You tried it all, didn't you?
No, I just pulled half of it now. I'm not on a liquid diet this week. I don't have a play coming up.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna have to go off Angelo. I'm gonna have to.
This is Start, straight bourbon whiskey, the spirit of creativity, man. I mean, okay.
So it's
No bite.
So it's a
That's
bourbon,
very important.
bourbon whiskey blend. That's what it is, right? Okay.
Okay. This is good, Hamilton. You earned your name, man. It's all right. That's straight, JT. You gotta try that, man.
Oh yeah, I will. As y'all know,
That's good.
JT likes drinking his. But I'm on a diet right now. I'm gonna be on stage next week, so I got to make sure my sweaters fit right. So I'm on a diet this week, but I will be trying this out as soon as possible. Now, when I say this week, my weeks don't go 7 days. My weeks go to Friday about 4 o'clock, something like that. So yeah, I'll be trying it, and I'll make sure to get your information, and I will, put this thing on social media if thoughts make me think. You know what I'm saying? So
That's good stuff. Where you get it at?
You can get on our website, creolespirits.com.
Do we have information, Dwayne? Nah, make sure you get your information,
Yeah.
man, so we can post it on
Yeah.
on the thing.
yeah, IG get everything so that we can.
All right. Are y'all stores out here too? Okay. Okay, good deal.
Yeah, so we can make sure that we talk about it and everything.
Yeah.
I do a video with it on social media, see what happens.
All right. That's right.
All right, so we're gonna get to moving. First topic we're gonna talk about, man, the movie Color Purple came out on December 25th. There was a lot of us, let's face it, it's a movie about us, it's a movie for us, it's a movie by us. A lot of us went to see it, but the ones that didn't go see it then didn't want to go see it because they found out it was a musical, which if you had looked at any of the previews, you should have known it was going to be a musical. So now other people are saying you still should go see it because it's for us, it's by us, it's about
Appreciate y'all,
us.
man.
So they're actually saying that we still should go see it. So it begs the question in regards to whenever we as a community, black people, whenever a movie is made about us, for us, or if it's not even about us, if it's just made by one of us, and it's supposedly an iconic movie, or if there's an iconic actor that's in the movie, is it our duty to buy the ticket and go support it?
No, it's not. I think the movie has to be relatable to you. There's a whole lot of black movies that I had no interest of seeing. So, you know what I mean? But the same way for, white movies. I'm not going anywhere just because. Now, I am a big proponent of not dogging out the movies just because I may not want to see it. Doesn't mean I'm going to talk negative about it. You know what I mean? I would, tell people to support it. You know what I mean? If it's just something you'd like to see, then go support the movie. You know what I mean? I don't like the negativity. Now if you know that movie and the concept and Fantasia, well, she's been running the plays for years. You know what I mean? So that was the strong suit, and so they really kind of built that movie off of how successful the play was. Mm-hmm. And the plays ran 2 different times, and they were extremely successful. So you know how the movie business is; they capitalize on what they think is going to be successful. So, I don't think it's our duty, but I do think it's our duty to show support and not negative.
So basically, support doesn't mean you have to buy a ticket, but support can also mean just not talking bad about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially if you ain't seen it.
Especially if you ain't seen it. And why? So what's a musical? So, like my man Hamilton and and other that they made movies out of a lot of. Musical movies out of it.
Right.
So what?
Now, I'm with you. I don't believe it's our duty either. Like I said, it's just been something that came out that I'm good on. Beyonce thing came out, but that didn't mean that I was supposed to, go check it out. So I didn't, but I ain't said nothing bad about it, even though it was just a concert on screen. But, now let me ask you this in regards to Color Purple. What do you think about movies being remade? Iconic movies from the past.
Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Number one said, never seen The Color Purple, never wanted to, even when the movie came out. I know too much of the backstory behind The Color Purple to each his or her own. So with that logic, every black person should have seen Soul Plane. That's not what I said. See, I'm like Stephen A. Smith now. Y'all like to misquote. It's not what I said. What I said was, if it's of a movie that you care to see, something that you care for, what I said was, you should not dog the movie out. You don't have to criticize the movie, is what I said. So whether you go see it or not, I'm not going to talk about it. You know what I mean? So that, again, I said there's a lot of black movies that I not necessarily want to see, but I'm not going to criticize them. That's what I said. Now, to your question.
Remakes of iconic movies.
I think
Shaft, Superfly, Color Purple.
I have mixed feelings on it, especially when you use the word iconic. You know what I mean? Because Friday was an iconic movie, but I think it was great that they made a couple more Fridays. You know what I mean? It introduced Mike Epps to the world. You know what I mean? That's an iconic movie to me. Go ahead.
Yeah, but not sequels, remakes. Friday was each one of them. Was
so you're saying okay.
Superfly from The Color Purple.
Okay, I follow you now.
Remaking
a remake of the movie.
Yeah.
Again, still a tough question. But what I can tell you is I have yet to see a remake that I thought was better than the original.
That's a good one. We're gonna have to. I think we just came up with our top 5.
Dig into that one, huh?
Yeah, I think we just came with our top 5 because that is a good one to dig into. Because I'm mixed about it too because I like to see what today's creative minds, how they see that movie from the past, and like Superfly. It took me a minute. I was on set for it, and I didn't like it. I didn't like it.
You didn't like you went into it with a bias though.
Yeah, I went into it because Superfly is one of my favorite movies of all time.
So you went into it with a slight bias.
So when I got there and I was like, this, look like Superfly. This, what? And but after seeing it and probably seeing it for the second time,
I tell you about it.
I saw how they took from that movie and put it into this movie and modernized it so the people, because you can't make a movie today and it be just like, you got to modernize it. I feel you have to, like Shaft. I don't know if Samuel L. Jackson was Richard Roundtree, but it's still. I thought they did, but it wasn't better. But I thought that they did a pretty good job on, matter of fact, the new one actually reminded me of some things in the old one that I had forgotten about. So, which I just like to see the way today's creative minds recreate things, and you can still have the same us that saw it earlier can still have the same understanding that we had from back then.
So, do you think they make the remakes for people like Millennial here because they may not have seen or be interested in the movie that was made so long ago, but you remake it for people of another generation that, you know what I mean, to see if
I do. That's why I think
Yeah,
they
I think
modernize.
so too.
Yeah.
I think they don't have a.
Ladies
not
and gentlemen,
all.
ask the cop.
I'm sorry. I would say that I'm not saying they don't all, because you can't give a blanket statement. But I think a lot of the young people think that black culture started in 1998.
Yeah, that's true.
And they don't understand that there was, they don't know who. And the sad part is like Sidney Poitier, people like that, and they see Bill Cosby as just a Cosby dad and don't know that he was a hip joker as hip as any of them back in the day. You know what I'm saying? He was doing, they used to call them black exploitation films, but he was one of the main actors in that gear. He was funny as shit. And Sidney Poitier was in there. And, Richard Roundtree, and you had all these actors that they know absolutely nothing about. And a lot of people that they don't take the care to know, they think the only, civil rights leader too was Malcolm X and Martin Luther King. Mm-hmm. And they don't know Bill Cosby's involvement in that. They don't know, like a lot of people don't know Denzel's involvement in different movements. Bill Cosby, the money that him and his wife, I ain't gonna go on, but they donated to the AU Center. So there's a black culture, and I think the good thing about this film that if you have, I'm not trying to deal with a certain segment of our population, is, spay neuter contract should apply. But as far as young black people, I think once they see the remake, it's only natural to want to see the original.
Is it?
I think so. Like anything. It's like anybody that really gets into
Is that
rap.
true, millennial? If y'all see a remake with it, you don't want to see? Yeah, I didn't think so either.
Well, I mean, if you
I'm saying
if you see
y'all are
this,
different.
Did
But
the
if you
remake?
see
Did
this-
the remake make you? Does the remake make you want to go see an old one? That's what I'm asking.
I'm
Yeah.
not talking about y'all. You know who I'm talking about. All right, so let's not pretend now. How many degrees between you? All right, shut up. Doesn't apply. If the shoe don't fit, don't see. Put your size 12 in a size 4 shoe. It totally don't apply. That's the millennial that was with us last week. So you know how heady brother. But it's like, I think that's what hurts us as a people, just like he did. Everybody has this natural sense to want to defend the people that are causing us 99.9% of our problems. We'll talk about that later in the show in the shooting.
Good point, millennial. But so Uptown Saturday Night, would you want to see a remake of that? That's would that be a disrespect to remake that movie? I meant number one, not millennial, but yeah, but that's cool to answer the question.
I don't think so, because it's like I would love to see because we got some young talented actors. So I would love to see.
I don't even think it's about the
some of them
actors.
in-
I think it's more about the directors and the writers. Can they make you get the same feel? Make us get the same feeling looking at the new one that we did the old one.
I think you could, because I think the next director that blows up, the screenwriter that blows up is going to be somebody that may take an old film, but put it in modern times, like a New Boys in the Hood.
That's the gateway.
Based in 2024, 2023.
That's the gateway. That's the gateway.
And I think if you do that, it's going to cause people to want to see both. And then some of them should be just straight up remakes of the original, because there's so many things special effects wise, like even Roots. Roots too long to redo, but imagine doing Roots.
They did redo it,
I mean, like, it wasn't nothing like.
but they did redo it.
But it didn't have the same. Because
Did you go watch it? No, nor did I.
Okay, but my point is,
I didn't even know that.
Imagine having some shit.
Yeah, no, I'm not messing with Roots.
No,
I
but
don't even want to see
imagine
the
you got
old
a
Roots.
brother, like somebody
I don't wanna see the
actually
old one no more.
getting whipped in the flesh is tearing off of him just like it used to do, and you could actually see the visual pain that these people endured, our ancestors endured. So if you see that, you're gonna look at, everybody's gonna look at shit differently.
Well,
you know?
For that, they can go look at the old. Don't remake Roots. Let us stay with
That's
it.
all I got on that. I know I'm late, but
Kelly Alexander, what's up, young lady? Appreciate you tuning in. She said she look at remakes as an adoption. It derived from the original, so you can go in and look through new set of lenses. Pretty much what we've been saying. New Millennial said we were in the color purple generation. Yeah, y'all a little different. Y'all a little different.
Really?
Wow.
Damn, dude. You black and admitted that shit? What high school did you go to? Huh? Explain it.
Did you say boring?
It's one of the most funniest movies ever.
Wait a minute, what movie we talking about?
Color Purple.
Dude, you know, how's that? Get a
Wow.
mic, bro. We can't hear you.
He said he tried to watch it.
Yeah.
I don't. But you know, hey, teach his own. Yeah, I mean, it's like
see,
hard to
that's the
judge
difference.
somebody
But that
for not
plays what
liking
I
the
just
movie that
said.
you don't like.
Nah,
just said about
only thing I'm saying is, like I said, I'm from a generation of, like you said, if a movie starts off slow, I won't get into it, so I won't even go all the way through. But I'll say this with remakes, I watched the newer Star Wars and it made me go rewatch the older Star Wars, and it was good. But when I tried to watch the old Star Wars when it first came out, it was so slow. I was like, I don't want to watch this. And I like sci-fi, but when I try to watch original Star Wars, like, the Empire, all that stuff,
You know-
it was kind
you
of
know what?
boring. You know what I'm saying? So
You
I
know-
never got through it.
You know what? I can, and here's why I can see. Because at first you almost lost me 2 times. Because the Star Wars is such a classic. But what I can see is this: we were so thankful and
Right.
appreciative
Of
of anything.
Remember, I can even talk about. You know how many people got their ass whooped that?
Oh man, it was ridiculous.
My God.
But even with Star Wars, I remember I was in Munich, Germany, and because I told you in Germany, kids we went down, a group of kids took the train downtown to go watch Star Wars. And when I tell you, man, that was the most amazing experience ever. You know what I mean? But we were just so appreciative of it was something brand new. See, so people come after that, another generation, you're so used to
And the special
certain
effects is so much
things,
better.
Well,
special
the thing
effects.
is-
You're so,
so much
used
better.
to it, so I can see where it could be looked at as boring.
And the
I
thing
didn't know.
is-
I didn't even think about that until you just said that.
There's
So
so
I was trying
many
to confuse
options now.
you. Confused me for a second.
There's so many options.
It's so many options.
If the only time there was no fighting, real fighting or shooting on television.
So let me ask you this
It was
too,
only in
like,
the movie theaters.
like the
we had
people,
to see violence.
like the
Other than
people,
Batman and Robin.
or Western.
Yeah, that's it.
like I don't like the 12 years. I don't like seeing black people, like like the back in the day movies. So I don't like the 12 years of slave. I ain't never watched none of that stuff. I just don't like it. You know what I'm saying? I don't like. So even with The Color Purple, when I started trying to watch it, it kind of gave me that feel. So that's why I said I just was turned off on it. It wasn't that I didn't try to watch it. Like people watched it around me, but when, like I said, when the movie started, I go outside. You know what I'm saying? I do whatever I had to do to not watch it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't care for those kind of movies either. But 12 Years a Slave for me was more of the history and the learning of
And see, I enjoy
somebody's
it, yeah.
story. You know what I mean?
And see, I enjoy it because I think, it's like my great-great-grandmother was a slave in Clinton, Louisiana. So when you look at that and you're that tied into it, when I see it, like, remember when we saw Roots, how visceral it was? Because you knew people that had endured that, or knew people that could talk of that, or talk about the stories that their grandparents told.
Right.
I think kids today, they don't, when you sit through that, any of those movies, you can actually feel it because you can identify more with the character, whereas young people today, they see something, they're so far because they didn't grow up in a situation where you had to carry yourself a certain way around white people.
Yeah,
Or certain areas you couldn't, because remember
you're a little
they say,
closer to it,
don't,
right.
Don't gas up
Yeah.
in Mississippi unless it's Jackson. People used to say stuff like that. Or certain parts of Alabama you don't travel through. And up north, there was parts of Chicago, we'd go see the movies, and you have to get I remember when Harold Washington, the first black mayor, ran in one, they were trying to jump us just because he was running. Because you couldn't go to the south side of Chicago to movies because we're crazy. So you had to go there. So they don't know that same feel because think about it. Your kids grow up and they're hand in hand with white people, and the racism isn't there. It's just like when you went in the military, any misgivings you had, and you were army brat, I was an Army brat. We don't have the racial hang-ups that a lot of brothers do, but that's also why other brothers, like some of the coon comments and stuff like that, because they have a visceral response to anything because they see it as us against them.
Right.
Whereas younger people today, they really have a different feel for it
Right.
because they truly are on par with them.
Right.
Myra Singleton, appreciate you tuning
agree.
in. Listen, I need a score update. We get a chance, Dwayne.
They just won.
They just won? Okay. All right, I can change clothes. All right, so listen, man, we're going to come back. We're going to get into some of this violence that's happening in our community. We got 2 stories. I think we're just going to put them all together because all of it has to do with guns. We'll be right back.
Classic Conversation with JTLO.
And that's a call.